Hey, how are you guys doing? Give me a moment, of course, to double check to make sure that I am live everywhere that I want to be. And then this is going to be a quick one for real. I know the other day somebody said, Bam, you said this was quick and it was 35 minutes later or whatever. But this one is for real, going to be a quick live. So as you guys are coming in, say hi, hello, hey, all that awesome stuff. Also, let me know where you guys are tuning in from as you are watching this. So whether or not you are watching this live or if you're catching the replay, definitely let me know where you are tuning in from. Those of you, if this is your first time catching me, I am Beverly Wathour. I am a business strategist specifically for Christian female coaches who are looking to create more income and more impact without compromising their Christian values. I'm also a TV and radio show host, so we film and record the TV and radio show here in Atlanta, GA. And so, you guys, I know some of you guys are looking at the title like, Ben, what in the world are you talking about? And so, everything that goes on, I always relate it back to business. And so, this particular instance, and I'm going to share what happened very recently, like within a couple of days, here at my home. And, like I said, I always look at the business connection to this, although it did not on the surface look like a business thing, but it certainly was. And so the other night, I had put some clothes in the dryer. Hey, you guys! And so you guys, yeah, this is gonna be quick for real, for real. It is. You guys, thank you so much for hopping on in here. Yay! I'm glad you were able to catch me live. Cool. And so you guys, so the other night I had some clothes in the dryer, and this washer and dryer set I bought like probably about 5 or 6 years ago. So it's one of the newer, high efficiency washer and dryer set. And so, the wash machine legit talks to the dryer. So, whatever I put in the wash machine, whatever I set it for, so if it's white, dark, delicate, whatever it is, the wash machine will communicate to the dryer to let it know, hey, she just programmed this for jeans. And so it lets the dryer know how much, how long to have the dryer on. So legit, whatever I program or put on for the wash machine, once again, it communicates that to the dryer. And so when it's time for me to put the clothes in the dryer, I just have to push the power button and push play. It looks like a play button, and it all that stuff like that. So anyway, like I said, I've had this wash machine and dryer set for about 5 or 6 years. So I don't think it's been that long, but anyway, so the other night I had put some clothes in the dryer and I was doing whatever. And then I realized, I'm like, wait a minute, I don't hear the dryer going anymore. And so, yeah, it's really cool. I'm like, technology today. I'm like, this is so awesome. But it kind of hit me. I was actually lying in the bed. And so this was probably about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, which I should have been asleep. But I realized, I'm like, wait a minute, I never heard the dryer go off. So I go downstairs and realized that the dryer was completely off. Like, I pushed the power button for the dryer to come on and it wouldn't come on. And so I'm like, what in the world is going on? Why is my dryer not coming on at all? So like I said, it's late at night. So I unplugged the dryer from the wall and plugged it back in and pushed the button and it still would not come on. I'm like, wait a minute. I know good and doggone well these dryers supposed to last longer than 5, 6 years. So I was legit ticked off because like I said, it was late at night. So I was just like, you know what, Holy Spirit, I'm done with this. You're going to have to take it. Like I was legit mad. And so I was like, I'm done with this. You're going to have to take care of this. I'm not fooling with this tonight. This is what I say. This is what I'm saying, to the Holy Spirit. Because like I said, it's late at night, whatever. And so I go back upstairs. I get back in the bed. And I felt like the Holy Spirit was telling me to go back downstairs and turn the dryer back on like that. So I'm like, okay. So now I'm a little annoyed because now I got to get back out of bed again. And it wasn't even 10 minutes later. So I get back up, go back downstairs, push the button and the dryer comes on. I'm like, okay, cool. I told the Holy Spirit to take care of it. And the Holy Spirit took care of it. So then I go back upstairs or whatever, get back in the bed, and I hear the dryer kick off again. So this is the look on my face like, really? So I get back up again out my bed. And this time when I open the dryer, to me, it smelled like smoke or fire or whatever. And so this time when I looked at the dryer, it was telling me the lint trap needed to be cleaned. And so what happened was the first time it kicked off, because I waited so long before I went downstairs to see what was going on, the message that ran across the screen, I never saw it because I waited. It was probably a couple of hours before I had actually gone down there when I realized that it hadn't, that the dryer had stopped, and I knew the clothes weren't dry because it didn't get a little buzzing sound at the end. And so this time when he told me to go back downstairs, it was within a couple of minutes of it going off, and I was able to see the message on the screen. So, it was really and truly like clean the lint trap and then clean the lint out of that. Because like I said, I did smell, it smelled like smoke to me. And so I was able to clean that lint trap out, turn the dryer back on, and everything was fine. And then I actually had somebody come out and clean the lint thing. Because I'm like, look, I ain't trying to have no house fire over here over my dryer. And so then the next day when I actually got up, I went and looked it up to see, they were like one of the most common fires when it comes to like dryers and stuff is because of the lint. And so I legit feel like that was the Holy Spirit, like, bam, you mad because you got to get up, but I'm trying to save you from this situation. Because like I said, if the dryer was on while I was asleep, there's no telling what could have happened. And I know that we don't have to, project what if. But I wanted to share this with you guys for a couple of reasons. I'm always such a firm believer in, now I'm speaking specifically to my believers in business. You guys, this is why it's so important for us as believers in business to ensure that we bring the Holy Spirit along with us. And so, for me, I reached out or I called out to the Holy Spirit out of frustration. But, it was just that reminder of kind of flipping it and saying, well, Holy Spirit, what's going on? Why is the dryer not working? Versus Holy Spirit, you take care of it because I was frustrated. But even in my frustration, he still took care of me. And so you guys, the same thing. When you're operating in your business and you're moving around in your business and stuff like that, invite the Holy Spirit to come along with you. And I always talk to you guys about checking in with God and having these meetings with God in the morning and then checking in with him throughout the day. So if there's something that you desire to do, so whether or not it's you reaching out to someone to either work with you or for you to work with, for them to come on your team and work with you, whether or not it's you speaking on their stages or whatever, ask the Holy Spirit. I promise you, he will let you know. He will communicate with you. He will talk to you. And so us knowing that it's so much easier for us to bring him along with us versus us running off and doing stuff and then turning around and coming back for him. Like really and truly invite him to come along with you, really and truly have those conversations with you. I know sometimes out of frustration with us, we're supposed to, like we'll do something or we may be running late for something and then we're frustrated because now we're late running out the door. And then we get down the street and realize there may have been an accident right before we got there. So once again, out of our frustration, sometimes, we'll cry out to the Holy Spirit or whatever. But that was just that reminder for me, that the Holy Spirit, God is always looking out for his kids. God is always protecting. God is always providing. And I know it was something as simple as, like I said, the dryer, whatever, but it was just that reminder for me of that he legit cares about everything with you, that there is nothing too small. You know what I'm saying? That none of that. So whatever the enemy may be whispering in your ear, having you doubting anything that you may be doing. And this is why I always say to people, I have this little Post-it note that's on one of my monitors. And I believe this with everything in me. I always get what I want or something better. And what I mean by that is I know that the Holy Spirit, whatever I'm believing God for, if it doesn't happen in the manner in which I'm desiring, I know that God is going to bring something better. I know something better is going to come along. So once again, you may be believing God for something. You may be praying for God for something. It may be something in your business. Your business may not be where you desire it to be right now, or you're doing all the things and it doesn't seem like it's working. But if you are in alignment, if you are having those conversations with God, then believe it. Whatever you're believing him for, it's going to happen or something better. He has something better. And I know sometimes out of our own flesh, out of our own, desires that we have, when we're believing him for something and it doesn't happen, then like I said, that's when that frustration kicks in. That's when we get mad, angry, all of that stuff like that. But once again, just keep in mind and know that he sees what we do not see. He knows what we do not know. And so always keeping that in mind and knowing that he's always there to take care of you, that he will be there to take care of you. Once again, he knows what's going to happen and we don't have that knowledge. We don't have that information. So just trust him, believe him, continue to believe in him, continue to have that faith in him, continue to lean on his word, on his promises that he's spoken specifically to you. Hold on to those things. And like I said, especially when you're in that state of frustration, because once again, it's in those times of frustration, that's when, sometimes we're a little bit looser with our words or looser with our thoughts. And so we say things and we think things that may not be in alignment with what it is that he has for us. So just make sure that you're really careful, about the things that you say and do when you're frustrated. So I'm like, prayerfully, in my time of frustration, I did still call out to him, but once again, my attitude wasn't right. My attitude was not right during that particular moment. But like I said, it was just that reminder for me that he is going to be there, that he is going to take care of you. So like I said, the same thing in your business, especially, if you're feeling that frustration in your business and you cried out to him and you still feel like, or you're still wondering, God, do you see me? God, do you hear me? God, we start to say, God, I'm a good person. God, I'm doing what I feel like you're calling me to do, and it's still not working type of thing. I just want you to keep this as a reminder to not give up, to keep going, to keep believing, to keep leaning into what it is that he's told you to do. Keep speaking his words, keep speaking his promises over your life and your business, because once again, he sees you and he hears you. He clearly tells us in his word that thing. So just keep that in mind. So like I said, I wanted to hop on here quickly just to remind you guys of this part right here. And I love this right here. Yep, don't drive the car, be the passenger, and allow God to use you as the conduit of his will. Yep, it saves us a lot of grief, frustration, tears, anger, all those quote unquote wasted emotions type of thing. It really and truly does. And so, you guys, like I said, I just wanted to hop on here quickly just to share that with you guys, just that experience. And once again, just knowing that God sees the things that we don't, and he knows what we don't know. So once again, stand firm, continue to lean on his word, his promises, especially when it comes to your business, especially if you're in that space, in that place of being frustrated or being annoyed, or you're wondering if God sees you, you're wondering if God is hearing you, you're legit crying out for some type of shift or some type of change, in your business, and you're not seeing it, right now. Just know that he does. He sees you, he hears you, he's taking care of you, all that good stuff. Okay, so you guys, that's all that I have. I actually have to run out. It's raining out here, but I have to run out for a second. So you guys, I pray that this, I don't know if it was just for me, just to get it off my chest, but I pray that this was helpful for someone and to someone. Like I said, especially us as entrepreneurs, because this place, being an entrepreneur, even being an entrepreneur, period. Is not for the faint of heart. Being a believer in business, it's not for the faint of heart. So many of us, when God called us into this entrepreneurial role, I think some of us came into this thing thinking that everything was going to work out perfectly. Everything was going to, all the clients were going to come in on day one. You wouldn't have to market your business. They would just come in. They would just find you out of just the clear blue. And, if you post it, they will come type of thing. And I remember one of my guests on my TV show saying that comment. And I think some of us kind of had that thought process. And so when it's not working like that, that's where that frustration, that doubt, that fear, that worry, and all that stuff is coming in. And so we just want to keep in mind, if this is what God has called you to do, remain in alignment with what he's told you. Make sure that you don't allow others to get you off track of what he's shown and told you type of thing. Keep that in mind. Okay, so you guys, that's all that I have. Now, of course, I am going to, if you're not signed up, I'm going to go ahead and invite you to my 5-day challenge if you are not a part of this challenge. So this is my Sign Your Next $2,000 plus coaching client and 5-day, my 5-day challenge that we're starting on Monday. So we do get started. So once again, it's called Sign Your Next $2,000 plus coaching client. And it's a 5-day challenge. So if you have not joined us, you are free to join us. We kick off on Monday. We have 200 coaches. Thank you, guys. 200 coaches who have signed up for this challenge. The last time I ran this challenge, we had people that closed $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 clients in 5 days. So this is just 5 days of being laser focused on revenue generation activities in your coaching business. So once again, if you do want to join us, this is the invitation. I don't want to hop off here without inviting you to join us. So if you are a Christian female coach, this is your invitation, www.beverly5daychallenge.com. Once you put in your name and email, you'll be presented with some resources that you can use to actually help you accelerate your results. So, definitely check those things out. Once again, we get started on Monday. Everything about the challenge is on that page. Once you go to www.beverly 5-day challenge, it will break down each day and what we will talk about and how the information will be done. We'll have live Zoom check-ins in the evening, so that way you can check in, collaborate, interact, and engage with the other ladies that are a part of the challenge. So once again, I definitely do invite you guys to join us if you are not a part of it. And so you guys, like I said, definitely join us. But once again, stand firm in what it is that God has for you. Invite the Holy Spirit into your business. Invite him along with you every single day in your business. Invite him to the conversation. Seek him out. Ask him questions. Ask him for his support. Ask him for the resources. Ask him for who you're supposed to partner with and align with when it comes to your own coaches that you hire, when it comes to the clients that you were taking on, when it comes to business proposals and opportunities, all of those speaking engagements, when you're doing podcast interviews, all of that stuff. Seek him out for those things, to ask him what's the right fit and watch what he does. And once again, always operate out of that space of frustration. We don't always want to be in that place. So once again, like I said, just sharing that whole experience that happened with me the other day. So you guys, thank you so much for hopping on, and I did a really good job. 15 minutes for me is a short live. So you guys, thank you so much for hopping on in here. Once again, if you are not a part of the challenge, then definitely go ahead and join the other 200 coaches that we have that are a part of the challenge. So you guys, thank you so much for hopping on in here. Once again, remain in alignment with what God has for you. Thank you so much, and I will see you on the other side of this live. Take care.